Welcome back to Bao News Network, and we are actually tracking the system that's actually making its way across the continental United States and actually making its way up along the Carolinas and the east coast of the United States at this time. It is not a time to actually be allowing ourselves to lower our guard, even though after the turbulent weather and severe weather patterns that we went through yesterday, that we reported on, with actually dozens of tornado warnings issued across the states of Alabama as well as Mississippi. So as this system actually makes its way down, as we anticipated, it actually took a northeast turn up into the northeastern continental United States. And along with that said, you can actually see the band of pretty much heavy precipitation and heavy moisture, and also thunderstorm activity that's actually scattered across the eastern side of Georgia, southern Carolina, through western area of North Carolina. And as this system actually takes its way off into the mid-Atlantic, there's going to be some areas of concern with respect to Cape profiling. We do see that with the surge of moisture from the Gulf into the area of the southeast, we do anticipate more severe weather for the area of the Carolinas going into the remainder of today. And as we said, there were several dozens of tornado warning supercells that were issued over the last 24 hours. So we definitely don't want to take the situation too lightly. There is a lot of moisture as well as kinematics that are suggesting, based on the modeling, that there's going to be severe activity for the next 12 hours for the areas of the Carolinas, actually going into the area of Ohio and Kentucky. So this is definitely something that we want to take a look at. But one thing that we have noticed is that there's has been a cooling trend as that this system actually makes its way, this low pressure system, and that is pretty much typical of a low pressure system moving in to the area. There's a significant amount of divergence, and with that divergence, there's a lot of unstable air mass flow, particularly with this system, and being that there's a southerly low jet area. We do see that there is quite a bit of cooling effect, a cooling down. We see several temperature anomalies in the areas of East Texas, particularly in the area of Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. We can actually take a look at pretty much the major temperature shifts that we actually saw within the last 24 hours. We can actually see in areas of Houston, areas of Dallas, things have cooled down quite a bit temperature-wise. We do see temperature anomalies as low as 7 to 10 degrees. If we take a look at the area of Mississippi also, we are seeing that temperatures have cooled down to the tune of 10 degrees cooler than previous as the system moved through. So this is definitely something that we're taking a look at. Also, I wanted to go back to the issue of Cape profiling. And if we took another close look at a model, when we take a look at Cape profiling, which is pretty much the available potential energy for severe weather, and in this case there's several points that we take a look at in the modeling. Primarily, we look at the influx of warm air coming up from the Gulf. We also take a look at any kind of mid-level flow, as well as any sharing activity between different atmospheric levels of activity. If there's a tremendous amount of sharing from a lower level activity versus a mid-level activity. So sharing is definitely an issue with this system that's moving across. We do anticipate that the Cape values may increase from 1,000 joule kilograms, even perhaps to 1,500 or 2,000. And in that case, we do anticipate that there will be stronger potentially stronger tornado activity going into the next 6 to 8 hours as this system makes its way across the United States. But as far as the temperatures are concerned, if we take a look at St. Louis, we anticipate heavy rain throughout the night. It's currently in the mid 40s. And then also, if we take a look at Charleston, Charleston is in mid 70s. High winds throughout the afternoon that we anticipate, but we do anticipate that as this system moves through the Charleston area, winds will pick up to the tune of 22 miles per hour with some gusts as high as 40 miles per hour, with thunderstorms in the late evening and heavy storms pretty much throughout Sunday in the Charleston area. And as far north as Washington D.C., temperatures are in the mid 40s. We do anticipate heavy rainfall in the next 24 hours as this system makes its way across, with some severe thunderstorm activity. And then if we take a closer look, even as far north as New York City, the temperatures are currently in the mid 40s, and we do anticipate that there will be some heavy rain activity, probably clearing up starting mid-Friday, and then with that clearing up, we should see higher winds picking up to the tune of also 20 miles per hour sustained, and in some areas gusting to as high as 40 miles per hour. So we do want to make sure that we wanted to provide a quick update as far as the current status of the area as this system makes its way through the Carolinas. Definitely this is a tornado advisory for the Carolinas, simply because most of the kinematics and most of the divergence of the system, and also the sharing activity that we're noticing as far as southerly low level as well as along with the mid-level flow. These are all indicators of potential severe tornado activity in the Carolinas area. So it's definitely not a time to be actually lowering our guard. So this advisory is primarily for those who are in the northeastern section of Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, to open up as many avenues as possible through the media for potential tornado warnings for the next 12 hours. There is going to be severe thunderstorm activity. There's going to be severe weather in the area. We do know from the modeling right now that we do see a tremendous amount of thunderstorm activity making its way through the Carolinas, through northeast Georgia and North Carolina, and even into the Ohio Valley as well as Washington D.C. So this is definitely going to be a point that we're going to be looking at. And as you can tell from the warmth of the East Coast, we do have a blanket of cooler temperature anomalies behind the system, but as it makes its way across the continental United States into the Atlantic, we do see that there is significant warming. We can see higher than normal temperature for the areas of the coast of South Carolina as well as North Carolina. So this is definitely going to be an issue as far as the advection of moist, unstable air that's actually coming in up from the Gulf, which is going to be another source of fuel for potential severe activity going into the next 12 to 24 hours for the east coast of the continental United States. So this is going to be primarily the main summary of our update for today. I hope that this information has served you well and has helped you to prepare for any severe activity in your neck of the woods. By all means, go ahead and subscribe to Bound News Network. We provide daily updates for weather, and please like, share, and subscribe. And we do appreciate all of our subscribers. And as always, please remember to bow to the weather. Thank you for watching Bound News Network.